What's going on, everybody? It's your man Overtime here. We out here in Indiana. That's right, we moved. We out in New Jersey, in the Midwest. But today's episode, we're gonna show you how to make a budget-friendly drawboard for your bow. Compound bow only. But with that, I want to say thank you guys for the continued support. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for hitting the like bell, thumbs up or a thumbs down. Whatever you're doing is helping with the algorithm. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this build. Alright guys, so we out here behind my gym. I got this workbench out here. You see we got everything here we need to make a drawboard. Pretty simple. Now, if you're big into shooting a compound bow and archery, you know a drawboard, checking your timing and stuff like that is very important for persistent anchor, your shot being straight, paper tuning, everything got to be on point. But you can only check that if your timing is right. The easiest way to check timing is with a drawboard. Yes, I can draw back and have somebody else come check to make sure my stoppers are hit at the same at the top and bottom. But if you don't have anybody to help you, a drawboard is going to be your best friend. So that being said, we're going to show you how to make a drawboard right here at your house with a couple simple tools for under 50 bucks. And today's crazy market, with the way things is, 50 bucks is pretty cheap. So tools we're going to need for this. First, if you don't get your wood, you can get the wood cut down to the length you want it at Menards, Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever you're getting it. But if you don't do that, and you got some scrap wood laying around like I did, you're gonna need you a nice saw, circle saw. After that, you're gonna need you a drill. Of course, you gotta have your safety. Gotta protect them eyes and protect them fingers. I got $1 million hands, baby. I'm fighting for that tournament. Gotta protect them. Now, as for things that you're gonna need to assemble, we need the wood. That depends on where you go, the size you get. You can get different prices. I believe this 2x6 would probably be like 16 or 17 bucks at Menards here, if I got it down like 6 to 18 feet. So I went to Harbor Freight and picked me up a little hand winch here. All right, so I got that for 36 bucks. Pretty simple. Another thing I like to add on, just a little ruler, so I can put that on here. I'll mount that after I hook the first bow up and see where the cable's gonna line up, and I can draw back and check the drawing. I got about 8 screws here to help mount this here to the board. You're gonna need a flange and a little piece of 2.5 inch piping, and it's all screwed together here. So now that we went over our pieces and our build list, let's get to building. All right, so I already got the saw set down, so I'm not cutting super deep, so I ain't gotta worry about cutting to the table, even though I'm set far enough off the table where that won't happen. I'm gonna cut. So I got a 40-inch ruler here. My draw is 32.5, so I will probably put the flange right here on the end, or this end, because it's gonna be on the wall, and I'm gonna crank away from where I'll be sitting. Flange will be on this end, and the winch will go down here. So I'm gonna cut over here at the edge, so we got plenty of room. Like I said, this is a 40-inch ruler. Nobody's bow gonna be that long, but I'm still gonna have just a little bit of extra room, just in case. Cause just in case, don't flag me. All right, here we go. Take this junk piece. All right, so I'm gonna set this up. It's gonna be on my wall when I walk into my shop here. I'm gonna the bolt set up on this end and the crank down here. So with that, I'm gonna put the flange down here with the handle being at the top. So I always have my palm here, and D-loop is kind of like in the middle of my grip. I'm gonna put the flange up at the top, and I'm gonna mount the winch more in the middle. Cause sometimes I did on my first one, I put the flange here and my winch here, and every time I would draw back, the bolt would kind of tilt. It doesn't matter, but practice makes perfect, and I wanna make this one perfect this time. So I'm gonna go ahead and center this at the top, right there at the edge. Boom. Take my first screw and screw it on in there. Old Milwaukee, baby. My old handy dandy. Somebody gave me this probably like 4 or 5 years ago. Had left it in the back of my truck in the middle of the snowstorm. When snow melted, it stopped working for like 20 minutes. As soon as it dried up, it was back to working. Same battery, and I haven't even charged it since. So boom. Take the flange. Alright, so we got the bow mount set up. Now we're gonna head to the winch mount. Alright, so now we got the winch out the box, ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and mount this all the way at the end here. I'm gonna put the first one right here in the middle. Just a little angle just to push the person out. Alright, now that we got the winch secured down, got the tension and the slack out of here, I'll go ahead and secure it on the wall. Alright, so now we're in the boat shop. I'm gonna go ahead and mount it in this specific spot. One, I don't want it too close to the outlet so I can still use it if I need it. Another, I have the arrow sticking out. I always put an arrow in when I'm using the drawboard, just in case somehow it dry fires itself off. It won't dry fire the board, there'll be some arrow in there. So right here, just shooting some insulation. So I'm gonna go ahead and just drill this hole, drill it right into this framing. And pre-drill these holes. Just using these to get it anchored for now. I'll go back and secure the rest. Boom. Now, let's go ahead and put one more screw in here. Make another one down the line. And we'll be good. Alright, one piece I forgot to mention, Velcro. Alright, you don't have to use this, but I use it to secure my bow down here. I put the Velcro here, I'll strap the bow in. This is probably, you get 3 strips here, and I'll cut them shorter eventually. I think it was like 10 or 11 bucks. The price for all this stuff will be listed down in the description at the end. So I'll take this and mount it right down here underneath where the bow goes, just to keep it secure and safe. Alright, so we got our drawboard up. Let's go ahead and put our first bow on here. Get my razor blade and shorten this up. So we got it on the board. Now it's time to crank it out. One disclaimer, I had to go ahead and use D-loop material on here. Usually hook the hook around this, but I forgot to get a small hook adapter. I used to use like a little hook from bungee cord. I'll take one here and put it there, and I still use the emergency clip around there, but right now I'll just use this D-loop material. It'll be fine. New D-loop material. Now I got it started. I'm gonna have Nick rotate this way. Come and put an arrow in here just in case it fires off. It'll be going into the wall and not dry fire on my phone. Disclaimer, you can get a faster crank, a little more expensive. My situation, this is like one of the only cranks I can get. I'll get a fast one, I'm sure. One of the ones with the gears to make it go faster. But for this one, I had to get this because it's mounted to the wall. The other ones you get on top, it's a little faster. And with this here, I couldn't go. So I just gotta be patient and just wait. As you see, my time is about right. As you see, this stopper is getting ready to touch. This stopper is touching right about the same time. They only like a minute, little bit off. That's something you wouldn't make much adjustment for. So this boat should be shooting dynamite still. Now we go ahead and let it go. Alright guys, so there you go. Budget DIY drawboard under 50 bucks. Save that money for your hunting equipment. You got camouflage, trail cameras, tree stands, hunting blinds. Every little bit counts come this hunting season. With that being said, guys, make sure you hitting that subscribe button, leave a comment, hit that notification bell, stay alert from when we're doing giveaways. And with that being said, we're gonna sign as always with love, peace, Afro grease. Peace.